When archaeologists study ancient civilizations, they often speak with confidence. Timelines are drawn, purposes are assigned, beliefs are reconstructed. Stone tools, broken pottery, and ruined cities are transformed into narratives that feel complete. Yet beneath this confidence lies an uncomfortable truth. Much of what we believe about the ancient world is interpretation layered on fragmentary evidence. Context is missing. Meaning is assumed. Intent is guessed. Future archaeologists will do the same to us. They will sift through the remains of modern civilization and attempt to reconstruct who we were, what we valued, and how we lived. And like us, they will misunderstand far more than they understand. Modern society assumes its records are permanent. We believe digital storage, cloud systems, and global networks guarantee memory. But history shows that information is only durable when it remains readable, interpretable, and contextualized. Most of what defines modern civilization is none of these. Consider the physical traces we are leaving behind. Skyscrapers, highways, landfills, and abandoned infrastructure may survive for centuries, but the meaning behind them will not be obvious. A data center without electricity is an empty shell. A smartphone without networks is an inert artifact. Ancient societies left behind objects whose functions were embedded in their form. A stone blade still cuts. A wheel still turns. A kiln still reveals its purpose. Modern tools are different. They depend on invisible systems. Power grids, satellites, protocols, software layers, none of which fossilize easily. Without those systems, future observers will see artifacts stripped of function. Digital records pose an even greater challenge. We assume that data equals memory, but data decays faster than stone. File formats become obsolete. Storage media degrade. Encryption hides meaning. Context disappears. Ancient texts survived because they were simple, replicated, and continuously reinterpreted. Modern information is complex, centralized, and rapidly replaced. We generate more data than any civilization before us, yet preserve less in usable form. Future archaeologists may find fragments of databases without keys, servers without code, and archives without context. They may know we communicated constantly, but not what we said. They may see evidence of global connection without understanding its emotional or cultural significance. Even our language may confuse them. Modern communication relies heavily on symbols, abbreviations, and ephemeral references. Without shared context, meaning collapses. Sarcasm, irony, and cultural shorthand vanish first. Ancient inscriptions were often explicit because permanence required clarity. Modern expression assumes immediacy rather than endurance. Our cities will confuse future interpreters as well. Zoning laws, infrastructure layers, and social inequalities shape urban form in ways that are invisible without lived experience. Future observers may misinterpret economic centers as sacred spaces or mistake convenience for intention. We already do this with ancient ruins. Religious significance is often assigned where political or practical motives once dominated. Structures built for storage, defense, or administration are reimagined as ceremonial because meaning is easier to explain than complexity. Future archaeologists will do the same to us. They may see financial districts as temples of worship. Data centers may be interpreted as ritual sites. Advertising imagery may be mistaken for mythological symbolism. The line between commerce, culture, and belief will blur without context. Even our failures will be misread. Pollution layers may suggest ritual sacrifice rather than industrial byproduct. Climate disruption may be interpreted as sudden catastrophe rather than slow accumulation. Our warnings, debates, and resistance may leave little physical trace. Ancient civilizations also left behind warnings that we struggled to interpret. Flood myths, collapse narratives, and cautionary symbols were often dismissed as metaphor or superstition. Only later did patterns emerge. Future scholars may find fragments of our warnings, scientific papers, protest art, emergency broadcasts, and struggle to understand why action failed to follow knowledge. They may assume ignorance where there was denial. They may assume inevitability where there was choice. Perhaps the most unsettling realization is this: future archaeologists will not just misunderstand our technology, they will misunderstand our values. What we considered important often leaves no durable trace. Relationships, ethics, suffering, and intention rarely fossilize. What survives are systems, structures, and debris. Ancient societies are often judged by what they built rather than how they lived. The same fate awaits us. The digital age amplifies this distortion. We produce immense symbolic output, but little of it is designed to endure. Platforms disappear. Accounts vanish. Entire cultural movements can be erased with a server shutdown. Ancient memory relied on redundancy. Modern memory relies on continuity. When continuity breaks, memory collapses rapidly. This is not a prediction, it is a historical pattern. Civilizations assume their records are permanent until they are not. They assume their systems are self-explanatory until context disappears. They assume future observers will understand them because they understand themselves. Ancient ruins remind us how false that assumption is. Future archaeologists will piece together fragments of our world and tell stories that feel coherent but incomplete. They will argue over our motives. They will project their own values onto our remains. And just like us, they will believe they understand more than they do. The ruins of modern civilization will not speak clearly. They never do. They will whisper, and future generations will listen, interpret, and misunderstand. That is not failure. That is the fate of all civilizations that forget how fragile meaning truly is. Subscribe to this channel for more. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a story lost to time.